Milestone School and College. Learn and lead. The highest echelon of academic excellence across the country.
Dear students, how are you holding up? I hope you are very fine and taking care of yourselves withstanding all types of difficulties. It has really been a long time since I met you last. What I want to say is, I do miss your presence. There is no way out to deny the fact that we have been going through an unprecedented situation ever owing to COVID-19. The number of deaths as well as positive cases caused by COVID-19 is surging rapidly. The entire world has got stuck. It is safe to assume that you have eagerly been waiting to get back to your favorite campus, but you can't, since the closure of all educational institutions continues. Despite the fact we cannot get stuck here, we have to go ahead withstanding all types of hurdles since we believe in execution and at the same time acceleration. As teachers, we have always tried to reach you through video as well as Zoom classes, only to let you feel privileged, only to let you learn something. Really speaking, we teachers of Milestone College are busy more than ever, since we have some promises to keep. I, Mohammed Rasel Hossain, welcome you all to take the class. Let's get started. Dear students, a quick recap of the previous lesson. I am going to ask you some questions from the previous lesson before I get into the main lesson. What did you learn last? Can you go back and remember? You learned the definition of a dialogue and at the same time how to write a dialogue properly. You also learned a dialogue that was given by your subject teacher. For example, a dialogue between two friends on usual activities that they do on Friday. That is activities on Friday. Alright? So let me give you some questions from the previous lesson you took. Have a look on the whiteboard. What is a dialogue? Question number 2. What do you usually do on Friday? Question number 3 and last question. What should you consider while writing a dialogue? How many questions have you been given? You have been given 3 questions. So try to answer these questions on your own. I think many of you are trying to answer these questions. Some of you may not. If you can't, don't get upset. I'm going to make you understand how to answer these questions. Those who are trying, I appreciate what you are doing. And at the same time, I would like to suggest you to match your answer with what I am going to tell. What is a dialogue? A dialogue is a conversation between two friends on a given topic. I repeat, a dialogue is a conversation between two friends on a given topic. What do you usually do on Friday? We do different types of activities on Friday. We visit our friends, neighbors and relatives, and at the same time try to know what their condition is. We also do different types of recreational activities to re-energize yourself and to refresh ourselves. We also play different types of games, both indoor and outdoor games, to refresh ourselves and to let ourselves bounce back to rhythm. Okay? So these types of activities we do on Friday, since it's an opportunity to refresh ourselves. Alright, so this is all about some ideas. Okay, or this is how you can generate some ideas and finally you can develop the body. Okay, so last question is, what should you consider or what should you consider while writing a dialogue? So we should consider a few things while writing a dialogue. Okay, most important thing is that we have to write down the caption of the dialogue. For example, question number 8. So it is on activities on Friday. So you should write down the caption, a dialogue before you take a start or before you start writing. Answer to the question number 8. A dialogue between two friends on usual activities that they do on Friday. Okay, so this is how you can write down the caption. Alright, so then you can take a start. And remember, after each name, for example, poem and poem, you have to place a colon. And make sure that each and every colon is going to follow a straight line. How can you make it happen? Yes, you can use a pencil and at the same time use a scale. Draw a straight line and later let each and every column follow the straight line. You are using a pencil so that you can erase it back Okay, and finally you will see that each and every column is going to follow a straight line or follows a straight line. This is how you can make it better or it looks better. Alright, and very important thing is that you should follow or you should maintain while writing a dialogue. You should avoid making mistakes. You should not make mistakes frequently, and remember, if you make mistakes frequently, it's going to result in reduction of marks. Alright, so these are a few things that you should consider while writing a dialogue. I hope you will keep following my advice. Alright, so I would like to remind you that this class is particularly conducted for the students of class 7, and today's classwork number is going to be 29. I repeat, your online classwork number is going to be 29, so take it down very quickly. However, my dear students, can you make a guess what I am going to teach you today? Okay, it might be very difficult for you to understand, so I am going to give you an example. Have a look on the whiteboard. It is written to adnan123@gmail.com. What does it mean? Can you make a safe guess now? Yes, thank you so very much. You have been able to understand what I am going to teach you ahead. Okay, what I am going to teach you ahead today. So today I am going to teach you how to write emails. So today's topic is going to be email writing, and I am going to discuss two emails. They are email number A, writing email to your friend describing how you spent the last summer vacation. Email number B, writing email to your friend inviting him to join the birthday party you are going to celebrate. Okay, so let us move on to the next stage. Students, take a look at the objectives of the lesson that I am going to impart today. By the end of this lesson, students will be able to define an email. They will also be able to classify emails. They will be able to know how to write an email effectively. Very common question, what is an email? Email or electronic mail is the method of exchanging messages between two persons or more using electronic devices. How many kinds of emails are there? There are two kinds of email, formal and informal email. What is a formal email? A formal email is a kind of email that is written to comparatively unknown persons like principal, DC or headmaster. For example, write an email to the DC to sanction relief for the flood affected people. So this is an example of a formal email. What is an informal email? An informal email is a kind of email that is written to comparatively known persons like our friends, relatives and neighbors. For example, write an email to your friend thanking him for the hospitality that you took last. So this is an example of an informal email. Then how to write an email effectively? Yes, I am going to make you understand this question ahead, since I am going to deal with two emails practically. So let us step forward and enjoy the lesson.
Dear students, let's get started. You must know what I am going to teach you today. Email number A, write an email to your friend describing how you spent the last summer vacation. B, write an email to your friend inviting him to join the birthday party you are going to celebrate. Let's go ahead. Now let me show you how they actually come in the exam. If you want to consider email number A, suppose you are Ahil and you have a friend named Adnan. It has really been a long time since you met and wrote him last. However, he wants to know how you spent the last summer vacation. Now write an email to your friend describing how you spent the last summer vacation. It can be sent to adnan123@gmail.com. In your email, you should write a subject line, use proper salutation, give a short description of how you spent the last summer vacation, write a closing remark, write your name. So you have to consider this thing while writing this email. Okay, so can you try this one? Yes, you may not, but don't get upset. I am going to make you understand ahead. That means I am going to discuss this email. Stay tuned. Yes, here you go. I would like to suggest you to follow the structure that you have been shown. It has been my personal observation over the years as an English teacher that you often write so many unnecessary things. What do you write? You write so many unnecessary things while writing an email. take for example from, sent, ccc, bcc. Okay, so these are some unnecessary things indeed. Avoid writing these things and try to follow the format that you have been shown. How can you take a start? Let me make you understand. First, you have to write down the address, that means email address, like to adnan123 at the rate of gmail.com. Just keep it very simple, and this is the real format that you can follow, or that you have to follow actually. Okay, to adnan123 at the rate of gmail.com. So this is the email address that you can find in the question. So according to the question, the email address is written here, adnan123 at the rate of gmail.com. And have a look, each and every letter is a small letter here. That means you cannot capitalize any letter of an email address. I hope you understand. Then it comes to subject, how I spent the last summer vacation. So this is the subject through which you can make your friend understand what you are writing about. All right. Then it comes to salutation, like dear Adnan. This is how you greet your friend. So who is writing this letter? Ahil is writing this letter, I mean email, to Adnan. Okay, so dear Adnan. Let's see how we can take a start. Take my floral wishes at the very outset of the email. I received your email a few days back. I am very glad to know that you are very fine by the grace of Almighty Allah and getting on well with your studies. I am also fine, accompanying my family members. It has really been a long time since I wrote you last. In your last email, you asked me to tell you how I spent the last summer vacation. I am going to give you a short description of it. Okay, so this is how you can take a good start. You can greet your friend, and at the same time you can make him understand, okay, why you are going to write to him, okay, or why you are writing to him. Then it comes to body. Here we are going to develop the body, and here you are going to describe how you spend the last summer vacation. You are going to describe it to your friend. Okay, so let's see. You will be glad to know that I spent the last summer vacation doing quite a number of things. I took a very short but effective training on computer. You must know that it is always wonderful to get back home. Then I went to my village, Sundarpur, to meet my family, relatives and neighbors. They were very glad to see me and entertained me with seasonal fruits and cakes. The excitement of rowing boat, catching fish, plucking of fruits and flowers filled my heart with silent ecstasy. Words fall short to express how much I enjoy it. I wish I could spend my whole life there. In addition to this, I also arranged a literacy program to teach the elderly illiterate people who do not know how to read and write. It was a wonderful experience indeed. So this is how the body of this email comes to a close, and here you can describe your friend, okay, not to try to produce some acceptable sentences. Do not try to make mistakes here, okay. I repeat, do not make any mistake here, okay. As I always tell that if you make mistakes frequently, ultimately it's going to result in reduction of marks, okay. So try to avoid making mistakes whenever you are going to write in English. I hope you understand. Then we are going to make a closing remark. Let's see how it works. No more today. Convey my best regards to your parents and love to the youngers. I look forward to getting your reply. Okay. Finally, you are going to write down your name. Yours Eva Ahil. So who is Ahil? Ahil is going to write to Adnan. That means Ahil writes to Adnan. So Here you are going to write down your name, Yurseva Ihil. Okay, so my dear students, take a look at this email again and try to understand. If you do not understand any word, I would like to suggest you to look up the word in the dictionary. Okay, so the dictionary is going to help you at home and you are going to learn it yourself. Okay, however, I am going to discuss another email ahead. Stay connected. Okay, so let's go ahead. My dear students, now we are going to deal with email number B. Let me go through the question. Email number B, suppose you are Ahil or Obunti and you have a friend named Caesar or Sejuti. You are going to celebrate your 14th birthday anniversary on the 12th May 2021. Now, write an email to your friend inviting him or her to join the birthday party you are going to celebrate. It can be sent to caesar123@gmail.com. I repeat, caesar123@gmail.com. So have a look here. You have been given two options, either Caesar or Sejuti. But I consider here Caesar, that's why it has already been written caesar123@gmail.com. And you have to follow the question as well. That means you have to write down the address that you have been shown. Okay, in your email you should write a subject line, use proper salutation, state reasons why you are inviting him or her, write a closing remark, write your name. Okay, now I am going to make you understand how you can try this email or how you can write down this email. Let's go ahead. Dear students, here you go. What can you see? Look at the top, to caesar123@gmail.com. It's an email address. Okay, I repeat, caesar123@gmail.com. It is written as it is mentioned in the question, so you must write it down. Okay, so I want to remind you that you cannot capitalize any letter of an email address, be it a name of a person, place, thing, or an object. Okay, no matter whether it's a proper noun or a common noun. Fact is that you cannot capitalize any letter of an email address. So do not forget, don't make any mistake while writing down the email address. Okay, next it comes to subject. What is the subject here? Invitation to my birthday party. That means you are going to invite your friend to your birthday party, or you invite your friend to your birthday party. This subject is good enough to make your friend understand what you are writing about. So my dear students, let me take a start and make you understand how you can write this email. Dear Caesar, take my floral wishes at the very outset of the email. I received your email a few days back. I am very glad to know that you are very fine by the grace of Almighty Allah and getting on well with your studies. I am also fine accompanying my family members. It has really been a long time since I wrote you last. I write this email to invite you to join the birthday party that I am going to celebrate this weekend. So, have a look. This is how you can take a start very nicely. You can greet your friend warmly and at the same time you can take a start very nicely. Okay, my dear students, you might have been able to understand by this time that I keep the beginning same here too. Okay, this is the beginning that I developed in the first email and I keep it here too. I keep it very simple, I keep it very flexible, only to let you learn, only to make you understand, so that you do not face any difficulty to learn this one. And following this format, you can write a number of informal emails, particularly to your friends. I hope you understand what I am trying to mean. Okay,
Next, I am going to make you understand how you can develop the body. Here you are going to invite your friend to your birthday party. So let's see. You will be glad to know that I am going to step into 14 next Friday. I am beyond thrilled as my birthday is approaching. Doesn't it call for a celebration in a big way? My family has already taken a decision to arrange a party at our residence on the 12th May 2021 on the occasion of my birthday. Many relatives and friends have been invited to my birthday party. Okay, so before that I want to let you know that have a look, it is already written on the 12th May 2021 on the occasion of my birthday party. Okay, so you have to write it down as it is mentioned or stated in the question. If you do not write it down, then it is safe to assume that you do not understand the question. So according to the question, if it is written, if any date is given, if any email address is given, you have to follow it and you have to write down the same. Do not make any mistake here. If you do not write them down or write it down, what does it mean? You do not understand the question. It is very simple. You do not understand the question. Yes. Then I repeat, many relatives and friends have been invited to my birthday party. They are going to wish me on my birthday. I have already invited Joban, Mahin, Abrar, Aisha and Shobnam. You are also invited. I have eagerly been waiting to cut the birthday cake in your presence. I do not want to listen to any excuses. I want to see you there on time. Do not forget to bring your camera while coming. The party will lose much of its charm if you do not come. I hope you are going to join the party and let me feel happy. So my dear students, here the body comes to a close. Here you have to convince your friend. You have to make him understand that his presence makes a difference. You have to value his presence. You have to make him understand that if he comes, you will feel very good. Okay. Yes, that means this is how you can make him understand that he is very favorite to you. Okay, and he always makes a difference. Okay, now we are going to make a closing remark. Let's say, no mood today, tender my best regards to your parents and love to the youngers. You can also say, convey my best regards to your parents and love to the youngers. I look forward to getting your reply. Okay, so this is how this email comes to a close. And finally, you are going to write down your name, your seva, Ahil. So who is Ahil? Ahil is going to write this email to Caesar. That means Ahil is inviting Caesar to his birthday party. Okay, so that's why, dear Caesar, and finally you name your seva as you are writing to Caesar. Okay, you are writing to Caesar. I hope you understand. So my dear students, I hope you have been able to understand what I have delivered so far. I have tried my best to make you understand. Okay, applying so many techniques. Okay, so what can you do now? You have to follow what I have suggested. You have to listen, you have to learn it at home, and you have to follow the format that you have been shown. Okay, if you can maintain all these things and if you can learn it properly that you have been shown, actually you can get good marks here. There is no doubt about that. You can feel safe about that. If you can learn this email and write it down, you are going to get very good marks. Okay, okay my dear friends, now let us move on to the next session. Okay, that means move on to the feedback session. I am going to ask you some questions, okay, to check you out. Let's go ahead. My dear students, welcome to the feedback session. Are you psyched up? What does it mean? Are you mentally ready? Okay, time has come to check you out whether you have been able to understand what I have delivered or lectured so far or not. You have already been given 5 questions. How many questions have you been given? You have been given 5 questions. Okay, take a look at these questions. Question number A, what is an email? B, how many kinds of emails are there? C, what is a formal email? D, what is an informal email? E, what should we consider while writing an email? So dear students, these questions are very easy. You should and you ought to answer these questions. I think you ought to answer these questions since these are very easy questions. Okay, you have not been given any questions from emails that I have discussed so far. Like I have not asked you to tell me, write an email to your friend describing how you spent the last summer vacation, or write an email to your friend inviting him to join the birthday party you are going to celebrate. I am not going to ask you to tell me this. Okay, so rather I am asking you to try these questions, very simple questions. Okay, I think many of you are trying to answer these questions. Some of you may not. If you can't, don't get anxious. I am going to make you understand and I am going to help you answer them. Those who are trying, I appreciate what you are doing, and at the same time I would like to suggest you to match your answer with what I am going to tell. Okay, so let me take a start. What is an email? My dear student, keep listening to me very carefully so that you can understand me, and at the same time you can answer these questions spontaneously. What is an email? Email or electronic mail is the method of exchanging messages between two persons or more using electronic devices. It is the most widely used method of exchanging messages from one recipient to another recipient. Let us move on to question number B. How many kinds of emails are there? There are 2 kinds of emails. They are formal and informal email. What is a formal email? A formal email is a piece of writing that is written to comparatively unknown persons, like high officials, principal and DC. What is an informal email? An informal email is a piece of writing that is written to comparatively known persons. I mean to known persons like our friends, relatives and neighbors. To make you understand, I am going to deal with practically. I am going to deal with it practically. Like I have discussed 2 emails today. Write an email to your friend describing how you spent the last summer vacation. Write an email to your friend inviting him to join the birthday party that you are going to celebrate. So these 2 emails are examples of informal emails. I hope you understand now. Okay? What should we consider while writing an email? This is a very important question. Yes, my dear students, we cannot but consider a few things, or we must consider a few things while writing an email. Make sure that you make a box and write inside. Do not use any capital letter whenever you are going to write down an email address. I repeat, you cannot capitalize any letter of an email address. Okay? Take a good start, develop the body very nicely. Okay? Make a closing remark and finally write down your name. Okay? This is how actually you can write down an email, or you can develop the structure of an email. And another important thing is that you cannot make mistakes frequently. Try to avoid making mistakes. If you make mistakes frequently, it's going to result in reduction of marks. That's why I would like to suggest you to avoid making mistakes while writing an email. If you can write it down without making any mistakes, you are going to get good marks here. Okay? So my dear students, you have to consider these things while writing an email. If you can consider these things, you are going to get good marks here. So dear students, that's all from the feedback session. Okay, now let us move on to the next session. That means I am going to assign you a task that is widely known as homework. Let's go ahead. Dear students, we have done a lot by this time. I have tried my best to make you understand how to define an email, how to classify emails and how to write an email effectively. Apart from this, I have also discussed 2 emails only to make you understand practically. Now I am going to assign you a task that you are going to practice at home. Have a look on the whiteboard, take your homework. You have been given two emails to learn at home. What are they? Email number A. Write an email to your friend describing how you spent the last summer vacation. Email number B. Write an email to your friend inviting him to join the birthday party you are going to celebrate. Alright? So if you have any problem to understand what you have been shown, you can pause it here because you are having an option to watch it back. I mean, you can resume it. So what is written? It is written learn. That means you are going to learn them at home, not for learning and writing. I repeat. Okay? Just for learning. That is already been written learn. Okay? So take them down very quickly, my dear students. I hope you have finished writing by this time. However, you might have some problems to understand them yet, and you might be having some problems to understand how to write an email effectively. Okay? So if you have any problems, you can reach me. How can you reach me? To reach me, you can leave your comments below. I must try to get back to you and must try to make you understand online. Finally, I would like to suggest you to maintain personal hygiene. Let us stay safe and sound until the situation normalizes. Hope to meet you soon, and with these expectations, I am going to take a finish right here today. Thank you so very much.